Greetings, Glitter Gang. Happy Thursday. It's 10 o'clock on Thursday, March 18th. We just finished matting some photo mats to some of the embellishment photo mats to go in some of our Pouch-A-Lopes. So now we're going to mat some more of them and find them homes. It'll be fun. All right, and then I think I'm actually going to take these out because I can probably put little tiny journaling spots on the back of them. So, Kitty's licking herself right now where I gave her pets because she wants to know that I'm only kind of she wants me to know I'm only kind of forgiven. I'm not forgiven enough that she's going to sit around with my stinky human smells all over her. But yeah, Kitty's lost weight. She's firmly in the 14s now. She's got to get down to the 12s. Oh, I figured out why Jack was crying all day. Oh my gosh, I feel bad because I called him a sassy pants and said he was annoying me, but one of their 3 food bowls wasn't put out this morning. So he was just starving. And the reason he was crying at the laundry room is because that's where the emergency crunchies bag is kept. But he's seen people go in there enough to know that there's crunchies in there. Because as soon as I gave him food, he stopped crying and trying to get into the laundry room. So now I'm the worst. So yeah, I saw that bowl. Whoever fed them just put out 2 of their bowls, and the 3rd bowl was just sitting on a counter where they couldn't reach it. So as soon as I put it on the floor, he ran over, ate it, and then went outside to chill on the porch. So poor guy. Poor Jack. Poor little Jack. He has finally learned to use the cat door, yes. Yep, he can go in and out whenever he wants to. Now, if he sees that someone's in the living room, he will sometimes try to get that person to open the cat door for him by acting all pathetic. But if no one does it, he'll just go out on his own after a couple sad cries. And if he can't tell that someone's in the living room, he'll just go in and out on his own. So he's gotten all his snacks now. And he's a happy little camper. He fell in the pool this week, but he got right back out, and when we tried to dry him off, he acted like nothing happened. So he just wanted to put it behind him. Like, we were trying to towel him off, and he was like, no! He was squirming and trying to escape. He's like, I just want to lick my feet in peace. Leave me alone. Yeah, he did it on purpose. Well, it's funny because I went out to see if I could tell like what the precipitated it, and there was a leaf in the pool, and I was like, I wonder if he was just chasing a leaf across, because he likes to chase things. He's a big chaser. He's like Kitty. Kitty's a big hunter. She's really into hunting. And I think he would be too, you know, but he's just been inside all by himself. We're partway through the first book, so the other project is going to be a minute once we get back to it. Although I think we're over halfway through the third book, or at least halfway through the third book, or the first book. So, all right, can I fit you? No. Okay. Better not be a flea, Kitty. You better not be bringing fleas into the craft room. We're more than halfway through. I think we are more than halfway through. I think so too, Gretchen. You sent me files this week for this project, but I don't think you sent me files for the other project, unless you sent them all in the same email and I just wasn't paying attention, which has happened before, that I have not paid attention. I thought, well, I'm sure we'll just fly through the rest too. As long as I can refrain from adding any more. It's only this project? Okay. If I can refrain from adding any more things to the guide, we should be okay. We're on, I don't know, I think we're on like 8 or 9 or something. I'd have to check. I'll look it up to make sure. It's not as bad as I thought. I don't even think we're in the double digits. Let me just check. Oh, we're on version 14, really? So much for me not thinking I was in the double digits. All right. We are on version 12, actually. So we are in the double digits. Yeah, we're on 12. Okie dokes. So now I'm just going to cut these out. For the box set album remastered, which is the project that we're going back to after we finished this one, because this is the Scrappy Bowl one. So we took a break from boxed set album remastered for Scrappy Bowl. We're going to get back to it as soon as we're done with this one. Now, not every version was a significant change. Like, I know that the change between 11 and 12, I think, was like some formatting thing. It was like cosmetic only. I don't think it was like real, but it's always best to have the most updated version, especially with this project, because mostly what I've been doing is adding things when I've been making these versions. So it's not as much about like adjusting measurements as it has been just adding tons and tons of measurements. Why? Because I just, you know, I thought 30 options was good, but maybe 45 would be better. I don't know. So when we finish this one, we're going to do when we finish the Paris version, we're going to do the Beauty Shop version. And then we're going to do this version last to put as much space between this project and that one as we can. Just so that this will feel fresh again, hopefully. See, look how cool it is with her head framed like that. Oh, is that it? Oh, that's not. I was like, is that it? Am I done? No. No, you're not done. Calm down. Right, only in your dreams. All right. Okay. Now these, I'm going to cut out and then chomp the corners. They might have magically cut themselves. That would have been nice if they had done that. I would have been fine with it. Thank you. The cutouts are fun because they are just going to float in the plastic. So they're going to like be a really fun addition to the pages, I think. Okay. So I'm just going to chomp these. So on these small squares, I'm using the 1/4 inch. And then with this one, I think it's probably going to be the 1/2 inch. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me cut these last 3 out. Then we'll put journaling spots on the back of all of these. All the ones that are big enough. We're not going to do every single one. And then we will Oh, I know. So many things got added, Barbara Jean. I added so many measurements. I don't know why, because I hate myself, I guess, and that's why I don't want anything to be easy. You have a huge project coming? All right, coffee cup. Last one is this feather. Ooh, a family tree. That's a big family tree. My mom, she made a lot of progress on her family tree. She found out where she probably could be in the DAR, actually. Some of her family's been here a long time. That's the part of the family, I've mentioned them before, the ones that were abolitionists and founding members of the Republican Party who who killed their neighbor during the Civil War. Those are the ones that have been here a really long time. So that branch of the family. And then they went, one of the sons after the war went west on the railroad, and my mom is from that group. So worked for the railroad. So that part of the family we know a lot about. We don't know a lot about my dad's part of the family so much. Okay, so these are the ones that these I was just going to cut to be little fillers. These don't need to be backed, so I'm just going to quickly cut them out, and then we'll ink all of these and we'll use whichever ones we want to stuff these envelopes. Yeah, they were murderers, technically, but you know, I'm not that bothered by it. So, but it really upset my grandmother for some reason. I don't know why. I guess because they were murderers, but I mean, it was right before the war. It was a weird time, so it was they were at least on the right side, so I don't think it's I don't know why she was so upset about it, but whatever. Maybe she just didn't want to be descended from murderers, I guess. Yeah. Like, I don't see why she let it bother her, but she did for some reason, so. Now, we also found out that they may have been murderers before, and they, in fact, may have been expelled from the United Kingdom. So, for being murderers. So, they kind of were, they have a, that whole group of them. They, you know, they may, we're not totally sure about that, but, yeah, they may have been problematic for multiple generations. As long as current generations aren't still murdering, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, Bev says here, I thought everyone was descended from someone famous. Some of us are just descended from murderers. Some of us are just descended from murderers and jerkbags. Although my mom does have a friend who swears she's descended from William the Conqueror. And I was like, I'm like, the record, I mean, that would be hard to know one way or another. But she swears. She swears. So, exactly, Ellen. We all have a dubious past. All the people from the founding. I was just talking to a friend about, like, when can we get Andrew Jackson off the 20? I mean, please. He's the president on the money that annoys me the most to see on money. Like, for real. Because we use 20 so much, like, he needs to go. Yeah, Shaka. I think, you know, you can't control the past. You can only control you. You know, you can only educate yourself and control you. Exactly. You know. Absolutely. So, all right. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these out. And we're going to make our stacks. So I'm going to put this here. That there. That there. That there. Am I not going to ink that last? Oh, yeah. The ones that didn't need bases. Yeah, I think originally the 10, but then there was a real push not to remove Hamilton, and so they switched it to the 20. They switched her to the 20. I believe. All right. So I think that the current proposal is to replace Jackson with Tubman. All right. So those are all the goodies so far. So you get an idea of what they're going to look like. So we now with these, it's just a matter of, you know, are we going to find ones that will add oomph. So like this will add some blue. A touch of blue might be nice on this one. So maybe we'll put that there. This one's pretty full. I don't think this one needs it. This one's not as full. So this one could use a little bit more maybe. But like maybe we'll add this one here. This one could use some more color. This one could use this gray maybe. I'm just going to put the ones that need, these ones need to be inked, so I'm going to put them kind of hanging off the side. This one I think is done. Maybe something blue on this one because it's a lot of pink. I like this one because it's blue and pink. And this one maybe we'll cut it out. Maybe. All right. I think that's good. So I'm going to put the rest of my cards to the side with my embellishments. Okay, so before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and round the corners of these. I'm going to use my 3/8 rounder, so I can use the 1/2 inch rounder on there. Wait, I'm not going to mat these. Can I? I'm going to use the 1/2 inch rounder. And then what I'm going to do is I'll use the 3/8 inch rounder on the mats. I'll put some journaling spots on the back of these. And then what we'll do is we'll ink all of these and then we'll make journaling spots to go on the back of them. With some journaling paper from Journaling Basics. So we have some journaling spots. And that makes really juicy, like the pockets are going to be stuffed pockets. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get some journaling paper now. I think I have a scrap of it actually over here. Yep. Okay, so we know that these are 3x3 and these are 4x3. So I need 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut a 2 3/4 inch strip off the bottom. And then I'm probably going to need 2 of them would be my guess. So I'm going to I'll cut 2. 2 3/4 inches, 2 3/4 inches. And then we need 1, 2, 3 that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So 1, 2, 3. And then we need 2 that are 3 3/4. Almost 4. All right. So, ooh, and then this one's, what is this? Is this 3 by, oh, I made this one. I forgot I cut this off of something else, so it's a kind of a weird size. That's okay. We'll just do these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape them all, and then I'll chomp them, and then I'll ink them. All right, so we are gonna be in good shape with these cool pouches. This is gonna be fun to go through. Anyways, so yeah. Yes, that's us. Murderers and dirtbags on my mom's side of the family. I actually don't even know if that's, you know, if they were dirtbags. So that's a judgment. But they killed their neighbor for money for the war. So that's what we know. And then that started a feud between the two families that lasted like a long time, where many, many more murders were committed over the course of the years. So then they were in a feud. But again, you know, it's not my grandmother's fault, so she just needed to get over it. I've always been known for my empathy, as you can tell. It was very much like the Hatfields and McCoys. We were robbed of a TV show, in my opinion. So. It was in Tennessee and Georgia on the border. And in both states and on the border between the states, I believe. In that area. All right, so now we're going to chomp all these with the 3/8. And then we'll ink them and stick them down. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously the problem. I did read one article about, I guess they were in court for, like, I think a shooting at each other at a poll for an election. And they only killed each other. So, like, no innocent bystanders were harmed, just members of these two families. And the judge was like, I'm just going to release all of you because it's a waste of my time to even try to prosecute any of you. You're just going to keep shooting each other. So as long as you don't shoot anyone other than yourselves, I don't care anymore. Get out. Ellen says, I have alive relatives I don't need to claim. Yeah, don't go borrowing trouble as they, you don't need to go finding trouble. So that's how bad they were, okay? That's how bad they were. So the law gave up on them. So. But those were the ones that stayed there. My grandmother is from the ones that left, so. She should have just consoled herself with that. They were like, all right, the war's over. I don't want to keep doing this murdering thing. I'm going to go build the railroad instead. Okay, so now we're going to peel and stick. Wait, this one goes down here, right? Actually, I'm going to swap there. I'm already making changes. But yeah, they, there's some interesting stuff you can learn, I guess. So. I like juicy pouch, like when you've got a lot of little goodies you can pull out and look at. That's always fun. Okay, so now I'm going to put these in the pockets so you get an idea of what they all look like. So with all the stuff inside, you know, back behind the plastic, all framed out. Looking cute. You read that Aaron Burr's family is still ashamed of him? Interesting. What a weird thing to hold on to. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, maybe I just don't care enough. I mean, you know, he's the one who shot Alexander Hamilton, right? Yeah, he killed him in the he killed him, not just shot him. Yeah. He was also Thomas Jefferson's vice president. And I think Burr and Thomas Jefferson like wildly super hated each other too, not just Hamilton and Burr. Or maybe it was just Hamilton. He has a history in Connecticut. You have the Burr Mansion. Oh, one of his descendants actually lived upstairs from Ron Chernow, the guy who wrote the book that was the inspiration for Hamilton. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I that's not something I don't know. Yeah, they did hate each other. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Jefferson and Burr also really like the stuff. I think that when Jefferson and Burr, I think they ran against each other. And they like said such crazy stuff about each other in the press. Like when people think that politics is really like rough and tumble and rude now, like it was so much worse. Well, first of all, we have a guy who was the vice president shooting someone already. But like the stuff they said about each other, like completely made up crazy lies. Yeah, it's probably different to be related to the like less famous Hatfields and McCoys that no one's ever heard of, and it's like another thing to be related to like Lee Harvey Oswald. So okay, so now we need to kind of figure out how we're going to mix them, because we have the yellow, and we have 2 yellows, 2 blues, and then we have 1 pink and 1. So we could do this one, and then we don't want to do this blue, so I'll do this blue. And then a pink, and I don't want the 2 polka dots next to each other. So, and I don't want to begin and end on yellow. So, all right, so then now the order is this. I don't know. Happiness depends on ourselves might be a nice way to end, a nice note to end on. I mean, never forget how fabulous you are that's a good way to start. All right, so now let's find their mates in the book. So when I say their mates, I mean the envelope that's going to go with them, okay? And so what we need to do, sorry kitty, is one envelope will just be all by itself on the back page, because we're going to end on an envelope. So there's one envelope that doesn't have to match. And then this pouch is all by itself on the front page. So we don't have to match to this pouch. Okay? So these are the ones that need matching envelopes, because they'll be next to an envelope. So I'm just going to start laying them out, and then we'll see. Actually, those two match really well also. we've got this one, it can go here. And then for this one, what do you like fashion better? Or my favorite treasures? I think fashion, honestly, fashion could go there because we've got the brick. And then maybe here we'll do this one. Or actually, I'm going to move this one over here, and I'm going to move this one over here to pull this, some of this yellow, pull some of that yellow. And then this is the one that'll just be on the back by itself. So this will be pouch, and then on the back of this pouch will be this envelope, okay? So these two will go like so. So then we have pouch, and then this envelope, so these two will go like so. And then we flip it, and we have pouch, and then this envelope, so these two go like so. And then we have envelope, then we have pouch, and then we have envelope, pouch. Ooh, these two cannot go next to each other because I put the plaid, and this is going on the back by itself. So then we have these two together, and then this goes on the back by itself. The photo mats are in a couple different places. One, since these are pouches, okay, you can literally just stick photo mats in all of them if you want to, in the pouches. All right, so that's place number one. Then place number two is when you pull the envelopes, all the envelopes have a place to tuck photo mats inside them. So, but I'm going to take the photo mat out of this because we're going to make we're going to make little wallets to go in the pouches so we can hold a few more photo mats. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a flip so you can see how it will look. So this will be page 1, and then this will be the first layout, the second layout, the third layout, the fourth layout, the fifth layout, and then the last page. So that's it. So the only thing we have left to do next week, so we'll be able to finish this next week, no problem. We've got to make photo wallets to go in the pouches just so we have extra room for photos. Then we got to stick everything in the spine, and then we have to make the covers. But really, we're in great shape. I mean, at this point, if you wanted to, you could just, like I said, you could just put photo mats in the pouches and go from there. But like, it's a lot of fun to have all these little goodies in the pouches. So I'm really enjoyed this book. This has been a lot of fun to put together. We've used a ton of paper in a lot of interesting ways, so it's been fun. So once the album's totally complete, I'll do a video all by itself that's just an album flip through so we can see it. And that's it for me today. So that's where we're going to end it for the evening. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, safe, relaxing weekend. Everyone, stay safe, stay hydrated, stay inside. Be good. Be nice. And I will see you next week. Remember, few things to remember. Number one, next week is book club week, so we'll be discussing the book next week if you haven't read it already and you want to. Make sure you read it before next week. The other thing is that we remember Glitter Party is going on for the next couple months, where you can get a chance to win a Rototrim or $200 gift card by posting projects in the Kathryn Scraps Facebook group. And so that's cool. And then after we finish this, we'll be going back to the box set album Remastered. So thanks so much for joining me, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.